y'all? My name is Lighthouse from this Check Podcast, and we're with Jason Gong at the Complecto meetup. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm cool, man. I feel great. I mean, I'm just look around, man. How could I not feel great about what we got going on?
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Tell us how this all started. How did it come?
Yeah, so Complecto really was born out of my belief that the watch collecting community and the watch industry more broadly needed to be more diverse and more inclusive. You know, I've been in this hobby for a long time. I've been a collector for a long time. But I'm also by trade as a professional. I spent my entire career working in diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so the further down this rabbit hole I got, and the more of these events I went to, I began to realize just how homogenous, you know, this industry and so many of these spaces really were. And I felt like there was a real need and a real opportunity to create a space that was more intentional, right? About welcoming more women, more people of color, more people who historically haven't been a part of this community into this space. And that was the genesis of Complecto.
Tell us what you got on the wrist tonight.
So I'm double wristing tonight.
Okay.
On the right wrist, I've got on a vintage Patek Golden Ellipse, double signed with the retailer stamp, Gubelin, which is a European retailer. This is actually a family heirloom. This belonged to my grandfather, so you know, it's dope to be able to create new memories with an old piece. And then on my left wrist, I've got a Patek Philippe 6119G Calatrava, and this is a piece that I picked up to really commemorate the launch of Complecto. Yeah.
Where do you see wrist like collectors going in the future? Like people that are interested, where do you want to see it go?
Well, in terms of where I want to see it go, I want to see passion move back to the forefront of this hobby. Right, over the last 5-6 years, we've seen the industry and the hobby really shift to a space where, you know, the hype really seems to be driving the industry. Everybody really wanting and coveting the same watches from the same manufacturers. And I remember a time when people really, they just bought what they loved. They weren't thinking about the resale value or the value retention, and I accept that's just a part of the game now. But my hope and my vision for the future is one where people really buy what they love and they allow their passion for this space to inform what they buy, what they collect, and how they continue to explore, right? Because it's a big world out there.
Yeah, dope. Well, thanks for sharing your insight with us. We appreciate you. Thanks for having us, man. And man, tell us where we can find you at.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support. So you can find us online. Complecto_ is the IG handle. You can check us on the website, complecto.co, and you can get a little more insight into what drives us as a platform. We're a very values-driven platform, and so a great place to go. Sign up, join the subscriber list. That's where you're going to find out about all the events that we got coming out of pipeline. And you can check me out on my personal Instagram. It's Wristshot NYC, and just look forward to connecting with everybody and growing this community.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
you, man. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chill with my man Jorge right here. Tell us where you from, man.
From the Bronx, man. Born and raised, bro. Just happy to be here.
No doubt. What brought you here tonight?
I'm a member of Red Bar and Watch Club Society. I met Jason, who's the one who's leading this effort at a Red Bar event. And from very early on, man, he's all about the mission of inclusion. Red Bar is amazing, but from very early on, man, there just weren't people like us, enough people like us, you know?
Right.
So I fully committed with him in this mission. The turnout here is amazing. Such a beautiful display and empowerment. People of color, different decisions. We're all here because, you know, we're from all different backgrounds. We all love watching, and we're here to enhance the love and science of horology, man. I'm here for it.
You got it. Tell us what you got here today.
All right, so I got 3 watches. I'm doing it a little bit, right? So we'll start out. We got the Grand Seiko SBGR 321, 60th anniversary limited edition. I'm not sure, maybe you can get the movement, but it's a little custom rotor on the back there. The flagship of my collection here, man. I got this one to celebrate the work that I did during COVID. I was part of the coronavirus task force. A lot of stories, a lot of memories from that time. You know, all the money that didn't go to drugs and alcohol, you know, went right into this one. Also have its great-great-great-grandfather, vintage 1968 King Seiko 4500, restored with a custom display back by the Lapinist, who does great work from Poland, right? So if you zoom in on this movement, you can see that this very close lineage with the Grand Seiko movement. This is a handmade mechanical high beat movement. 10 beats per second, 36,000 BPH.
Wow.
Before Seiko basically went the quartz route and just put the entire world on notice. This was like peak handmade performance with this. This was what Seiko was capable of in the 1960s.
Wow.
And you can compare the two. The design language is there, right? Every, faceted surfaces, everything about the dial to the indices is together much light. And from a historical perspective,
Yeah.
here we have,
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's what it's all about.
this is a ball from 1892 with a custom display back showcasing the movement. Now this is probably one of my favorite watches because of the history behind it. It's a railroad chronometer built in 1907. This watch is between 114 and 117 years old.
Wow.
Standardized parts, golden chaton, gold screws, golden inlay, and still keeping cost prime within 5 seconds a day.
Wow.
This watch was built at a time when the United States was the best in the world at what it did.
Wow.
They manufactured these watches before there was a power grid, and at numbers that the Swiss would not match for decades to come.
Wow. You got history on you right now.
It's all about it. I love the history behind it, man. I mean, for Grand Seiko, to see this is what they were capable of in the 1960s, and this is what they're capable of now. And the latest watches and wonders, anybody who's watching this, just look up the Kodo. A company that is so hungry to show how far they've come, and they're ready to take over, man.
Right.
Constant force tourbillon, right? Solid sapphire, the development that went into it, and the fact that for all the technology that went into this watch, it's one man on the case, one man on the bracelet, one man for the dial, for the indices, right? This is a $5,000 watch. I could have easily gotten an Omega or a Rolex or a Tudor. None of those brands had the same attention to detail as this Grand Seiko. That's what makes it special.
So, yeah, I appreciate you, man.
My
Listen,
guy, it was a pleasure to meet you, man.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
excited for the
Yes.
podcast, man.
Yes,
You guys
man.
are dope.
We're going to have you on, man. Yo, shout out Wrist Shot NYC and Complecto.
Yo, shout out to Complecto, shout out to Wrist Shot NYC. Beautiful energy here, man. We live it. Like, we outside, bro. Like, let's go.
I'm chilling with Beth. She's the homie. She's actually been on the show. And, I'm super excited that she's here. Yo, tell us where you're from.
I'm from New York, born and raised. I'm actually from the Bronx.
Yes.
Grew up in the BX for a long time, but my roots are in New York, and that's where my heart is.
Yes. What are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing my Royal Oak, the 550 now, the 50th anniversary in that icy blue. It's a very, very special piece to me that I rarely pull out, but it's a special one when I pull it out.
Nice. What brings you out tonight?
The wrist check pod guys. Ben hit me up. He was like, "Hey, we're having an event on Friday." I was like, "What event?" He's like, "Come through." I was like, "Are you guys anything?" So Ben, Sean, you, Perry, so it's the wrist check pod guys.
Appreciate that. Tell us what watches on your radar.
Oh my God, I was on the show and I was just talking about this. Ben's gonna beef with me. That's the ongoing trend. But I'm on Rashawn's side. I want that new green lantern, that green and black DMC, the left-handed DMC. I don't know. I think I really want it. I tried it on recently. I think I want it, guys.
Dope. What would you say is your favorite watch of all time?
I hate that question. Like one watch or one watch like style / brand?
Whatever you're comfortable with. What style or brand? Which one?
I think it's gotta be a Royal Oak.
Huh?
A Royal Oak.
Royal Oak? Dope.
I can't quite specify which, but because it's so hard to pick one, but I'd say a Royal Oak. Big shot NYC, blessed. Shout out to y'all.
Yes. Thank you. I'm chilling here with my man Emiliano. Tell us where you from, bro.
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York, no doubt.
Yeah, born and
What
raised.
brought you here tonight?
You know, the love of watches.
Love the watches.
Love of watches, you know what I mean? The community. Jason hit me up and let me know about the community and how to come through the sport.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How long you been collecting watches?
Me for the greater part of, I would say 10 years.
10 years, okay.
You know, for me, watches is something, it's like I buy them not just for the watch itself, but to signify like growth in my life. So, you know, it's literally like the growth of time, the passing of time. You know what I mean?
Tell us what you got on your wrist tonight.
So tonight is actually one of my first automatic timepiece. So my first main watch that I got this back in 2013. And so it's an Avenger, Breitling Avenger Seawolf. I was shopping around for maybe about 3 months. I went to all the different stores, tried on a bunch of things. And I got this when I first leveled up. I was in the personal training game. I took over my first club. I said I need a timepiece to kind of signify and celebrate that. So yeah, I picked this joint up. It originally had the stainless steel, brushed steel bracelet on it.
Yeah.
And I just switched it out, put the gold rubber strap on it for the summertime. So yeah,
That's
something
dope.
old, bringing it new. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope. What's your next watch you going to get?
Ooh, that's a good question, man.
Yeah,
There's a
man.
lot of things out there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the next watch that I'm gonna get probably gonna be a Datejust two-tone rose gold Jubilee bracelet,
That's fire.
fluted bezel.
Yeah.
And I it's funny, I always bounce back and forth from the chocolate dial and the regular rose gold dial.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanna add another piece, another piece to my catalog that's a little bit more subdued, still flashy, but you know, it's a big watch.
Yes.
You know,
But it's fire, man. It's like, it's big, but it's like kind of like still low key though. Like it's still good. Like,
Yeah.
like it's the perfect sizing. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
Exactly. It's down, but you know, but it's still a little chunky.
Yeah, it's not
You know?
ostentatious. It's like perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the dial is simple. You know, it's still sporty, but it has the regular slits in it rather than the numbers.
Hell yeah.
So it's like a good blend of both. Rich Shot NYC, Complecto. Shout out to them putting this all together. We'll see you next time. All right.
I'm with my man Preston. Yo, tell us where you from, man.
I'm from New York born, New Jersey raised. I'm a Jersey City kid though.
No doubt, no doubt. What brings you out tonight?
So I saw Complecto. I don't know who reposted them, but I saw the profile. And then I saw that they were hosting the event. And I thought like a diversity focused watch industry. Like I feel like I'm one of the youngest guys in the industry. And you know, one of the youngest guys here in New York City for sure. And so I wanted to come out.
No doubt, no doubt. What you got on right now?
So I've got on the Roger Blue Excalibur in pink gold. I mean, it's got the front rotor. It's got the Seal of Geneva. I mean, it's unique. It's a really unique watch. It's my latest pickup.
Dope. I see you got an interesting collection right here. Walk us through it.
Yeah, so I mean, I've loved watches since middle school, like we were talking about. And so, you know, finally graduated school, finally was able to afford something. And my first pickup was the Parmigiani Chronograph GT. Annual calendar, chronograph. You can take it down like 100 meters underwater.
Wow.
And it's the Cellini 1 of 10, so it's got a blue dial, special guilloche like dial, and a case back. It's beautiful. At the same time, I picked up the Dressy Vacheron 5688.
Okay.
And then after that, I wanted something more mainstream, and so I went to the Santos.
Dope. The Santos is fire, man. That's like actually one of the first watches that I want to get. Like in terms of like my like grail watch right now, because I'm new to getting watches. So I'm thinking I want to get a Santos, and that looks really fire in person. I see it online, but right there, that looks like a good
I love the black, the two-tone black. I mean, the new one that came out with the all blue. That looks amazing.
Yeah. But this two-tone right here is fire, bro.
I just want to shout out Rich Shot NYC and Complecto.
I'm here with Dana. What's going on, Dana?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Tell us where you're from and what brought you out here tonight.
So I'm originally from LA. I've been in New York for 8 years now. What brought me out here, I just wanted to meet a bunch of really cool people. And you know, Complecto's mission is just really awesome. Like they're really trying to bring diversity, both in the watches and in the people in this industry. And I think that's, you know, very much needed. And so I just had to come out and support.
Dope.
Yeah.
What are you wearing tonight?
So I am wearing a 1970s vintage Rolex Root Beer GMT. It is actually the first luxury watch I bought for myself. I have it actually on a Python strap here.
Nice.
Swapped it out for that over in jewelry because personality.
How long have you been collecting watches?
How long have I been collecting watches? I've always appreciated them. I've always had, you know, 1 or 2 watches. I didn't really seriously start collecting and like really getting into the community until I'd say probably like in the last like 2 to 3 years. Like really kind of after starting my blog and also like making content now, like I've been really, really into it. And I mean, you guys, you know, out of respect, like I love you all too. So really kind of helped me like get into this game, like, you know, people. So, you know, it's been fantastic. Like I absolutely love it. I've been meeting so many great people and, you know, it's been a wonderful ride.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out to Rishshot, NYC, and Complecto.
Chill with the legend, South be the God, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man.
My fam right here.
We go way back, man. This is a
Yes,
legend,
sir.
man. Listen, what brings you out tonight, G?
I'm chilling, supporting Jason.
No doubt. No doubt.
Doing, I think it's a beautiful thing, so
No question.
I'm here.
No question. Tell us what you got on your wrist tonight.
Gerard Parable,
Yeah. GP. Heavy.
BMW yacht,
Yeah.
yacht
That's fire.
sailing, racing edition, some shit like that.
That's fire. What would you say is the first watch that you was like that got you into the watch collection culture?
Fossil, junior high.
Word. That's what's up. Taking back. Yeah, yeah.
Fossil and SWAT.
Yeah.
Fossil, SWAT, and Valentine, and a calculator watch.
Fire. Fire. What would you say is the watch that's on your radar right now?
Elon. Elon.
Oh, Aeon. Yeah.
Chronograph.
Dope.
I don't know. But it's an Elon, and also I like the I don't really know the name of it, but whatever that watch is with the clown face to me is like the best fucking watch in the world.
That's what's up.
Yo, shout out to Rich Shot NYC, Bomb, and Complecto. You know what it is. Love is love. D-Block. Ghost.
I'm chilling here with the amazing. Give us your name. I'm not even gonna do it. Just give me your name. Tell us where you're from.
Tiffany from Hodinkee.
Yes. What brings you out tonight?
So I came here mainly because Jason hit me up months ago about this. And of course it was about diversity and inclusion. So of course I have to be here.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yes. What are you wearing tonight?
So I'm wearing my John Mayer G-Shock. I decided to be fun tonight. So, and I figured no one else would be wearing a G-Shock. So, I wanted to be a little different.
Fire. So I see you at the cameras. What are you doing? Like, tell me what you do.
So, of course, I'm a staff photographer at Hodinkee, and I do shoot editorially. So I'm shooting editorially tonight, so we can have something up with everything and show what tonight was about and have some fun.
Yes, awesome. What watch is on your radar?
What watches are on my radar?
What watch is on your radar? Yeah.
I'm like, what watches are not on my radar? Right? So, okay, so the number one watch on my radar right now is the Cartier Santos. And I want a vintage one.
Me too. I just saw the guy. He had a Cartier Santos. I'm like, I need that.
Like a
Two-tone.
two-tone.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then another one is the Seiko Nugget.
Oh, no.
I feel like that's good. Gold, of course.
Yes.
So I'm really into like gold vintage stuff.
Fire.
And I like a lot of box stuff. I don't know if you can tell.
That's dope.
Shout out Rishad, NYC, and Complecto. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me here.
And I'm here with
Ashely Ford-Weber of Watchbox.
Yes. And we're happy because we're at Complecto Watch Meet and we're ready to ask you questions. So tell us, where you from?
Originally, I'm from Southish, Florida, a small town called Fort Pierce.
Yes.
Lived in New York since 2016 now.
Okay. And what brought you out?
So originally, I came to New York to become a digital merchandiser and find watches for Macy's right after college.
Go. How long have you been collecting watches?
So I grew up around watches. My uncle's a watchmaker from Austria.
Okay.
I just never felt that it was an industry where I was allowed in it.
Right.
He was my wealthy uncle. He was my European uncle.
Right.
And I was his Hispanic poor niece. So I never felt it was an industry that was accessible.
Right.
But was always around it, started working in it, fell in love.
Go. What are you wearing tonight?
So today I have a Gronenfeld Principia, 39.5 millimeters, salmon dial.
That's fire.
Absolutely gorgeous. Love it.
Go.
Shout out to Rishad, NYC, and Complecto.
I'm with my man Dave. Tell us where you from, man.
I'm from Peru, originally from Peru.
Okay.
But I live in Thailand.
You live in that? Okay. What brings you out tonight?
I'm actually doing a little bit of the inspirational trip in New York. I've been here for 2 weeks. And I met David, one of the organizers the other night. He's like, hey, you should come to this event and meet the people in Japan. I'm like, yeah, why not?
So, tell us what you have on your wrist.
This is my very first proper watch with a proper movement, let's say that. It's a Rolex Datejust 116234 that I got like 4 years ago.
Nice. Looks really good, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. Tell us what watch you got on your radar.
Say it again, sorry?
What watch do you have on your radar?
Next, I'm looking to get a Grand Seiko. Since I work with them, I've learned a lot about them and I see the quality since I work really close to them. So I'm in between some of the good that are like incredible watches or the high beam. I'm not really sure yet.
Go. Tell us what you do. What do you do?
So I'm a photographer and videographer, and I work in Thailand, and my client is Grand Seiko Thailand and Seiko Thailand. So I do all the content for them. Shout out Rishad and Hodinkee and Complecto.
I'm with my man Nick. Yo, Nick, tell us where you from.
Listen, so I'm from Columbus, Ohio, but I moved to New York City about 2 years ago.
Awesome, man. What are you wearing tonight?
So I'm wearing a 6-digit 216570 Explorer 2 polar dial.
Fire. What brings you here tonight?
Brings me tonight, so I'm a part of the Watch Club Society. So I came out here, and coming from the Midwest, I moved out here for a girl, and I didn't have a lot of friends. So I came here, my watch community saved me, man. Like, this is like my people, and this is the reason why I'm here. I love everything about it.
Yo, man. What watch is on your radar?
So it's actually interesting because for a long time I didn't like this watch, but the next one I'm looking at is a Santos, Cartier Santos.
Yo, you're the third person that said a Santos.
Really?
I want a Santos too.
I did too, but I didn't like it for a long time.
Right.
And like in the last 2 years, I'm like, you know what? I put one on, and I said, all right, I love this
Why
watch.
didn't you like it?
I don't know. Like I feel like the screws on the bracelet, like it wasn't my aesthetic.
Right.
But the moment I put one on my wrist, I don't own any square watches, rectangle, no to no. The moment I put that on, I said, all right, this is it. This is it. You just gotta wear it. You gotta wear it.
Fire, man. Yeah, man. I checked one out, and I just love the way it feels on me. So,
Me too.
I'm gonna get one, man. Yeah, for sure, man.
This shot NYC, my boy Jason and Complecto. This is the place to be.
Facts. With my man Steve Q. Tell us where you from, man.
Hey man, it's been an amazing night. Good to see all the fellas out. I thought I was the best beard in watch business, and you came and killed me. So now I gotta work on my beard game. But it's been a great night, bro. Great people, Watchbox happy to be here and show people some awesome watches and to see so many great watches as well, man. It was a really fun night. Style Speed was here, bro. So my night is done, I'm happy.
Tell us what you wearing tonight.
So tonight I got on the Harry Winston Z12 by Retrograde. So you got the time up top, you got the hours up top, minutes there, and the date on the round made out of zirconium. There's something really wacky, man. I love wacky watches, you know?
Tell us what watches on your radar.
Right now, so my name is CQ, and there's a Gushoot CQ. So my next watch on the radar is going to be the Gushoot CQ. They just came out with a greened out version. I'm going to jump for that. It's like a vintage diver's watch. I'm from the Caribbean, so kind of my vibe. And it's named after me, you know. I didn't get the check, but I'll take a watch, you know. So I got to grab that. That's my next watch.
Just to dial it back a little bit, what started you into watches?
Man, you know, I went to film school for a summer job. I just went into Craigslist and I found this watch company in the islands. I saw somebody spend $40,000 on a Patek Philippe. I saw the joy that was on his face, and I needed to know why. And in my search for why, it's been 10 years in the watch business. I've sold everywhere from the Caribbean to Alaska. I'm now managing a store in Dubai. So, yeah, man, that's how it started, to be honest with you. Yeah. Big shout out NYC and Complecto for putting on a great event, bringing out people from every walk of earth, every diversity here. We all love watches and want to have a great time. Peace.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you as well, man.
Yes, sir.